Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had a wonderful weekend so far. Today, not only are we going to be diving into Cardano, and we're going to be getting into some interesting things relating to ADA, but we're going to be starting by taking a look at Bitcoin, because you're at a crucial point, a pivotal point for Bitcoin right now. And what Bitcoin decides to do is going to affect the rest of the market. You can see on the BTC chart behind me, just where the price is currently at, how many points of contact this price has had with this chart since the start of last year, since January 2021. It's a significant level, and whenever it's broke to the up or downside, momentum is typically it typically comes with momentum. So we're at a crucial point. We're going to be diving into this. We're going to be going over the 3-day chart, which on a number of different indicators suggest that we are going to see that continuation. And if we do see that continuation, like I say, and it holds this level, typically it will hold it with support in the same way that when it breaks it to the downside with momentum, sorry, not support. So crucial level. What does this mean for Cardano World? We're going to get into it. We are going to be talking about a number of metrics, like the fact that we are now over $127 million in total value locked within the Cardano ecosystem, or the DApp ecosystem, the DeFi ecosystem. This is something we said was going to happen. It's not going to be long before we're at $1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, 4 billion, 10 billion plus. You know, Cardano is now snowballing, and I don't want to be late or miss the train. We're going to be covering a number of things. We're going to be talking about the Kraken. Kraken have been very favorable towards Cardano recently. In fact, they actually said it has a real good shot of stealing a lot of Ethereum's market cap and being a serious competitor, which I think we all knew that it would be now that smart contracts have arisen. And we're tackling the sort of throughput and scalability issues within this year. Personally, I've noticed quite a big difference with the network update that took place on the 4th. Certainly swapping on Sunday Swap is significantly faster. The queues have gone down. Just in general, you know, even the likes of swapping and using jpg.store for NFTs, it's all a little bit smoother and faster given this update. So it's certainly done something, and it's just another step within the right direction. And this is just one small layer 1 tweak of many to come down the road. And not only that, we've got layer 2 solutions, we've got side chains and so on and so forth that are all going to help the Cardano blockchain scale. So it's going to be a very exciting year. We are going to start, of course, though, by talking about where Bitcoin currently is. And you can see where it is now, just how many points of contact you've had off this level. And if we go back right to the start, when we first contacted this level, it acted as a pretty significant resistance. So you can see from the point of rejection where we currently are today, Bitcoin sold off by 31%. Then over here, you flipped it, what was once resistance, into support. And when you broke it with momentum, and you saw a 40% gain. So 30% plus down to the upside, 40% to the upside once this level was broken. If we take a look over here, you can see as we sold off, once this previous resistance then actually didn't hold a support, we saw a significant move to the downside. So this is why I think if we break this level, it's going to be with significant momentum. You can see that was a 28% sell-off within a day, basically, after breaking this level. Also, if we look over here, so resistance over here, resistance a number of other times as well, and you can see it also acts as resistance over here, which then led to a 30% sell-off of Bitcoin. Again, resistance. Let me get a bit more room on the chart here, which led to 11% sell-off, but in a very short period of time. And then when we broke it to the upside, that's not what I wanted. When we broke it to the upside over here, we essentially went on to make a 27% run. We then held it again as support. So you got a lot of support and resistance flipping going on over here, which saw us then embark on nearly a 68% upside. Coming down, we found it as support, which when it reached support, I mean, you pretty much whipped straight back up 18% from this level. Where we were here currently, it previously acted as support, but when we broke that level, can you see what I'm trying to show you here, guys? This is a very, very significant level where Bitcoin's at. Once it broke this level that we're currently at, we see it break with momentum. So I'm expecting, providing that this holds and we don't fall below it, we will get a momentum driven move to the upside. It will be quite momentumous. So basically you'll see quite a lot of momentum behind it. It's not going to be, it's not going to fizzle. It will be like previous where we've seen once the level's broken or held, there's momentum behind it basically. So it's a key level where we're at now previously, or where we're at now currently. You can see that has historically been the case. And of course, the reason we're paying so much attention and do always pay attention to Bitcoin is because it is still that tide that rises and sinks all ships. So what happens here is critical. I'm more leaning towards the bullish bias. Reason being is because it's very typical when you approach a previous low, or that you're trying to now break and you're trying to reverse the trend, that you come up and you fall short of it and you set up structure for that continuation. You can see this time and time again. You can see it over here. You can see it over here on a bigger scale. You fall short. Over here again, fall short, and then get that continuation. So there's a lot going on for Bitcoin on a technical side. I know this is a very messy chart, but there's so much going on. It can't really help but be that. So we're going to switch to a 3-day here, and we're going to look at a number of indicators that all have Bitcoin at oversold. So if we look at the RSI right now, you're flipping your 20 EMA, which doesn't mean too much. EMAs, by the way, guys, aren't the be-all and end-all. The 20 EMA I find quite useful because it will often dictate and depict whether a market is seeing strength or weakness. So if you're above it, you're strong. If you're below it and you're rejecting off it, you typically, there's weakness there. And certainly, this was the real catalyst for the bear market in 2018. So the reason I'm bringing this up is because we're still oversold on the RSI. We hadn't been down here on the RSI since March 2020, or prior to that, really the bottom of the bear market in 2018. So that's quite a telling sign. We've been looking for months at a lot of on-chain analytics for Bitcoin that were very, very bullish. And they're all kind of catching up now. And once the direction is asserted, you can see over here as well what I'm going to do so that I can also show you the chart. You can see where you are. You've had this bullish kind of crosshair, and typically you'll get continuation off the back end of that. So you can see last time was over here, which saw upside, of course, over here, upside, down here, upside, and so on and so forth. But it's this one that's got me the most excited. And this, of course, is the MACD. Now, if you look at where the MACD currently is, I'll bring the chart back into focus in just a second. Can you see? We're about to form this bullish cross here. And the last time you did that, bullish cross, all led to the upside. Given where Bitcoin is currently, like I say, if you break this level, you're going to do it with momentum based on what's happened previously. That's my opinion. That's my take on it. And I have a more bullish bias to us going up than I do us going down. I think markets have been hammered. We've had an absolute FUD storm, everything from the Fed scaring markets with interest rate hikes, which can they really even do to any sort of a significant degree, given how much debt they owe and how fragile the economy is as a whole. And also, the Biden administration coming out, or supposedly coming out, and saying they're going to tackle crypto as a matter of national security. It's held up quite well, in my opinion, given all that. And I think we're, this bull run, and it's been our bias for, since we've been in crypto, is going to continue. Crypto is in a macro bull, and the reason being is because it's a technology that's getting adopted and is very early within that. So you look at where the MACD is here on the 3-day, that's quite a bullish indication to me. In the Discord community call that we had yesterday, by the way, guys, thank you very much for showing up. I had a lot of fun. I hope you guys did as well. We spoke about how, and we showed you a number of structures that set up similar to what Bitcoin is currently doing, that all led to upside. Amazon in 2010, the Dow, the S&P, they've all had similar structures like this that have broken to the upside. So I'm pretty confident that whichever way this goes, there's going to be momentum behind it. More leaning towards the upside, doesn't have to happen. But I think that, you know, there's a number of metrics that suggest Bitcoin is going to run, and we're going to see that continuation. Certainly, this is a key level that we want to pay attention to, and Cardano will react to that. So whatever happens, you can see right now it's rejecting. If tomorrow morning we get a clear break for Bitcoin, the rest of the market's going to follow. And providing that, you know, Bitcoin is still that tide that rises and sinks all ships, in the same way that crypto is just a ship upon the ocean, the financial ocean. The ship doesn't dictate to the ocean what it does and doesn't do. The ocean will dictate to the ship what's going on. And providing that the market as a whole is healthy, Bitcoin doesn't have to be exploding or anything, Cardano is going to flourish. And that's because there's a lot of value within Cardano that is yet to be realized. We're starting to see DeFi really get going. I mean, we've not seen anything yet. We're going to be in the billions of total value locked within a couple of months, I would say, quite easily. We're starting to see more and more dApps come online. A lot of these dApps are still in their very early stages. You know, Meld, for example, they've only got 2 options for staking. They've not really offered their lending and borrowing services or anything yet. It's so early on the journey that we're on, guys, and that's the value proposition here. We also have, of course, you know, all metrics of Cardano are literally up and to the right, whether that be wallets, whether that be delegators, whether that be transaction volume, you name it, guys. Cardano is doing exceptionally well as a blockchain, and that's why I'm personally backing it. And it just needs the environment. Given this sort of down period, the greater the retracement, the greater the impulsion. You know, sometimes you have to go down to come up because you have to become appealing to investors. And what you're noticing on this sort of day-to-day action, certainly if we switch to the 4-hourly, and I spoke about this in the Discord yesterday, this price action is so irrelevant. Now, the reason being is because it's trader driven. What you want to look at is the bigger picture here. So this is relevant in the sense that it's a downtrend, but in the wake of the uptrend that it's in, you know, to me, this is just a retractive move within a greater bullish market. And again, fundamental reasons for that, as we're so early on the journey that we're going on. So that's really all I have for you guys. Keep an eye on Bitcoin. Something big is coming. We are seeing rejection so far, but it doesn't mean that it's going to continue to reject. It's still early days, guys. We're yet to really establish that direction. And let's hope it is a break to the upside. And ultimately, there's quite a few features that make me think it will be. Either way, it's going to be momentum driven, ladies and gentlemen. That is all I have for you in this one. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. If you've enjoyed the content, like is always appreciated. So is a comment. Remember, we do have the Cardano stake pool. ALLIN is the ticker. And yeah, that's it, guys. I'm going to love and leave you on that note. Enjoy the rest of your Sundays, and I'll catch you all in the next YouTube video. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gents.